Sweet Jesus, if I were on my period and had cramps and I worked there, I'd have to take a Midol just to get through the day. The kitty ears are on. The kitty ears are on. Yay. All right, family, we are 20,000 strong and growing. So welcome if you're new. Now, we're going to take a look at some TikToks from some, I'm going to say, for the most part, relatively young people. And please note that we are not here to take away their joy or anything, but we are here to learn from their experiences and what we suspect they're probably going to be going through. Not necessarily today, but tomorrow. Let's hit it. Thanks so much for being here.
What's going on today, guys? It's your boy Steve-O. I had to help the homegirl Genesis as a...
What happened to just saying, hi, I'm Steve, and this is my customer Genesis?
First-time buyer, got her done on this beautiful Lexus right here with only $1,500 down. How was your experience today?
Guys, it was in and out really quick. He helped me out a lot. I'm a first-time buyer, so he explained every single thing I needed to know. Please come ask for Steve-O and he'll get you right out the same day with the dream card.
Now, I got to be honest, okay? I'm 57, and, when I was growing up, because I'm a, Gen X and a child of the 80s, all right? Really the only people that drove a Lexus then, I mean, they were like your grandparents, or if they were your parents, they were very well-to-do. She looks like she's barely out of college, and she's driving a Lexus. Now, don't get me wrong. It is not to say that you cannot be young and drive a luxury car if your family has the funds. I mean, more power to you. The issue I have is that the place that they're buying it at typically deals with, first-time car buyer, no credit, low credit, or better yet, have had financial history that might be considered kind of troubled. So they kind of take anyone. Remember, buying a luxury car is not a flex if you really truly can't afford it. It says here she put $1,500 down for a Lexus, and she's a first-time buyer. So this tells me she's buying a luxury car with a luxury maintenance tag, all right? And the fact that she only has $1,500 down, that's kind of like, what, a month's worth of rent? All right? That's what she's got. And she's in this luxury car. It always feels so good to buy something luxury. I know when I got my Nissan Maxima, and I was like 31, 32, and I had that sucker for 1 year before it was repoed. But oh, did it not feel luxurious? Well, the time lasted.
Yep, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Book an appointment today. DM me at Steve-O Got You Rolling.
Book an appointment today. Hey, I'm just being TikToky on you.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Steve-O Got Me Rolling. Today I got my boy hooked up here on this 2019 Jaguar E-Pace. How much money did you put down today?
Zero.
No.
Do you see a problem? Do you see a problem, family? Where's my fan? I'm supposed to have a fan on my desk. Do you see? We have here a Jaguar. I don't know about you. The wheels look a little worn. But zero down. What can we learn about buying a luxury car with zero down? I mean, at least the last lady had rent for a month to put towards it. This dude's got nothing. Again, look at their age. It's not how young they are, but it's where they're buying it. Just like I said, it's where they're buying it. It's how much or how much they are not putting down. What they're doing is they're going in, they're going, yo, get me some wheels. Because I want to feel good. I want to look good. I want to show off. Been there, done that. The pain comes later. There is pain.
No money down. First time buyer. How was your experience here today?
10 out of 10. Y'all gotta come over here. He'll get y'all set on everything.
Book your appointment at Steve-O Got Me Rolling, and I'm gonna get you rolling off today.
Appreciate it.
Come on, let's go.
Attention!
Sweet Jesus, if I were on my period and had cramps and I worked there, I'd have to take a Midol just to get through the day. Holy cow. What happened, instead of twerking and shaking your booty after you sell a car, just give the customer, like a complimentary, decal hat. Here is your Toyota hat. Here is your Kia hat. That's what I got when I got my Toyota Corolla Hybrid about 5 months ago. They gave me a hat. They did not shake it. They did not twerk it. All right, check this out. A 2016 Nissan Altima with 130,000 miles on it. She's paying $10,000 for it. Out the door, OTD. 2016 with 130,000 miles. The car is ready for some major repairs. I mean, a Nissan Altima is not a bad car, okay? I'm personally much more of a Toyota Camry person myself, all right? But there is no way I would, I just wouldn't buy a car with 130,000 miles. Remember this. The closer to the 100,000 mile spot, start planning on replacing a whole lot of stuff.
Look here, she got herself a 2016 Nissan Altima. She came in here and cashed out, no financing, 10 grand out the door.
I do have to commend her though on, not having to finance it. We gotta give kudos, family, where kudos are due. But this just seems really expensive for a car with 130,000 miles. And then before you know it, they're calling their homeboy or homegirl for a ride because the car broke down.
Yes, thank you for your business. Crew Auto ATL, we out.
Yeah. I have Mr. James approved for just $500 down, $1,000 a month for 84 months. Book an appointment and I get your
$1,000 a month for 84 months. Oh, sweet Jesus. So I made a YouTube short not too long ago, and I said, when you're thinking about making a payment of $1,000 a month for a car, I want you to think of it like this. Every Sunday, you're going to shell out $250. 250 smackaroos every Sunday you're going to shell out for this vehicle. Now, I don't like to look at it as $1,000 a month, because to me that's almost too easy to slide by. It's like, well, it's for the whole month. We got to break it down to more realistic terms. So to me, something like every Sunday, $250 in cash, you're going to fork it over. Rain or shine, you're going to fork it over. Regardless of your other finances, you're going to fork it over. It changes things when you see things at times on a weekly cost. So in your head, you're thinking to yourself, okay, it's the first Sunday, $250 I have to shell out. And then think in your head, okay, 7 more days, another $250. Now think in your head, 7 more days, another $250. We ain't even at the fourth $250 for a month and my brain is already tired. It's just, sometimes when you deal with money, you have to change the way you think about it. Shift the bills around a little bit. Don't look at it as $1,000 a month, because like I said, it seems justifiable. Break it down. Every 7 days, you're going to pay $250 in cash. You can do the same thing with an $800 car, $200 a week in cash. Keep breaking it down on a weekly basis till you get a figure you're comfortable with. All right. So like, if you say, hey, I'm comfortable with $100 a week in cash. Okay, great. Then you need a $400 a month car. It's just sometimes you got to play little mind games with money. So this dude here, again, we're not here to kill people's car dreams, but I think they're stepping into a nightmare, quite frankly. So he's going to pay 84 months. So he's going to pay 7 years, right? So let's see. I'm 57 right now. So respectively, 58, 59, 60, 61, 63. Jesus, he's going to pay until I'm 65 years old for that used vehicle.
Driving up today.
All right, y'all. Steve got me rolling here. I have Mr.
Okay, take a look here. So for those who can't see the screen, everyone approved, 0 down. Like I said, these are high risk places. There are plenty of young people that are driving, their Beamers and their Lexus because, let's face it, mom and dad have it, or they just happen to be very entrepreneurial and were able to generate the money themselves. Kudos, congratulations. Or they happen to land in a job and they're very responsible with their money and they can allocate it, okay, and based on what they pay, they can afford a nicer car. Wonderful. But this is not what we're dealing with. We're dealing with people who are going to places that say 0 down. We're dealing with people that go to places that say 0 approved. Right? This sort of thing is where the loan sharking is. Now, as a legal disclaimer, I'm not saying that the salespeople in this video where they, are advertising the vehicles at, I'm not saying that they are loan sharks, okay? But we do have to be very clear that when you are dealing with people who are going to no money down, everybody's approved places, statistically, they tend to be socioeconomically poor. And if they're not poor and they do have money, they just don't know how to spend it. And they've had their few auto repossessions, or they trade in one car and then they use that car to get up into another car. But the car they traded in wasn't paid off, yada, yada. So again, we're not slamming the business itself that we're looking at on here, but we are looking at, when I see you driving a truck, that truck looks like it takes nothing less than $300 a month in gas, and it's saying 0 down. The 57-year-old part of me sees the flaws. But unfortunately, when I say sees the flaws, I mean I see the flaws in their purchase. A lot of people purchase vehicles and they don't look long-term down the road. I sure as heck did not when I got my car. I literally looked at my Nissan Maxima when I was 32, okay? And I only had it about a year before it was repossessed. I literally looked at it as, hey, you know what? At the time, okay, the car was $500. I could afford that. I was fine with that. But in reality, I couldn't afford it after I did insurance and, gas, maintenance. Oh, and by the way, I wanted a roof over my head.
Rios here came all the way from 2 hours away to get into a truck. Got him done without proof of income.
Look, look at those wheels. Look at the wheels on this truck. These are not standard wheels. He has 0 down. He can't afford this. If he could afford this, he wouldn't be going to a 0 down, we approve everybody, including 300 credit score places.
How was your experience here?
Oh, it was good, man.
Awesome.
Of course it was good, because if he couldn't drive out in that truck, he'd say the place sucked. Everything is good financially when it's what we want. Everything is good financially when the results are in our favor, even if the statistics are not. So the result is, hey, they get the vehicle that they want. But statistically, these vehicles are going to be very difficult for them to maintain.
Steve-O got me rolling. Book your appointment today.
Woo! Guys, I'm over here with Miss Lewis. She got swag too. Look at her. Woo!
She got swag. Me too. Me too.
Well, you came to Super Deal. How was the treatment here?
Again, we're not knocking their basket in the glow of their car. I bought my my hybrid at Toyota. It wasn't like this. All right, the homeboy, homegirl, and you got swag and let's twerk it and shake it. But there's something we have to be honest about. Okay, some tough love honesty. It's the market they're selling to. Come up to me, and I don't want to say, I'm all stiff and stuff, but if somebody came up to me and said, yo, my man, oh wait, I'm a one, yo, my lady, or something, I'd be like, you talking to me? It's the crowd that you're dealing with. And again, even the way they're talking isn't a bad thing. I'm talking about the salespeople. I don't care about the way the customers talk. I'm talking about the salespeople. Okay, and again, it might not be such a problem if they weren't dealing with high-risk clients. This is the bottom line, folks. These are high-risk clients. The clients don't see themselves as high-risk, but they are. Zero down, no money down. You can have a really poor credit score. I mean, some of the places you don't even have to have a job.
100% satisfaction.
Would you
Trust
recommend
me.
your family and friends to pull up and check us out?
Yes, right now.
It is.
Right now.
You're hearing it? That's Miguel. He's the
Right
salesperson.
now. The best.
It is not a game. You're hearing
Number
it.
one dealer in South Florida.
Guys,
Oh, dear God.
look at the beautiful Ultima she's taking home today. Yes, we go above and beyond for our customers. Competitors, if you're watching, learn a thing or two, and after that, respectfully speaking, go bang your head on the wall because we're not the same.
And notice a lot of these are from mom and pop dealers. Okay. Again, nothing wrong with a mom and pop dealer, but the more damaged your credit score is, and or the less experienced you are, all right, with your money, really, I think the more damaged your credit score is, you start to go from, you start to veer away from, don't like to say more reputable. Again, I'm not commenting about the people in this video, okay? But you start to veer away from your, big Toyotas, Nissans, your main dealerships where people with really good credit scores can go. I've worked with Southeast Toyota, okay, because I lease the Toyota Corolla and stuff. All right, so that's kind of where I go. But a lot of these people, you have to realize the reason they're getting these horrible deals is the mainstream places won't take them. Very much like like the schools, and why some people get drawn into unreputable schools, because the mainstream colleges, universities, state schools, private schools won't take them. Okay, maybe because they had a GED, whatever, okay, socioeconomics. And so these students get drawn into the more fly-by-night and shady schools. And the same thing can happen with vehicles, folks. A vehicle can absorb your entire life. I guarantee you, these people are paying as much on their vehicle as my cost of living is. My cost of living, I have about 4 payments left on my car. I have a total of 8 payments, because I saved for part of it. I have about 4 payments left, okay? These people, I guarantee you, these car payments, and we're not even counting the interest. We're not counting interest and maintenance. Let's just put that aside even. Well, between their interest and their car, I can pretty much assure you that their vehicle is costing what my entire cost of living is. And if it's not quite at $1,200, it's darn close. Okay, so this guy standing in front of another big truck that I guarantee you $300 a month in gas if it's a dime. On the screen it says first time buyer, approved, $500 down for a 2020 Silverado. When you can't put a lot of money down on a vehicle and you're going to go buy a vehicle that's going to suck up all your gas and your maintenance, and I'm sure it cost a pretty penny to insure. I mean, just look at the tires. It's just like the last car we looked at. You got to look at all the details when you get these vehicles. Is this where you want your money to go? Is this worth fighting for? Is this worth working 2 jobs for? Is this worth dealing with collection calls down the road because you can't afford it? Sometimes it's better to simply go smaller and have extra money to do other things with.
Guys, and I'm saying it in front of the social media and everybody else here, at 26 Motors, if you have a 350 score, no matter what, you come in to see me, you are approved.
350 credit score. I have to be honest. I did not know that credit scores even existed in the 300s until till my credit score started going into the 800s. I truly, and I only started achieving 800 credit scores, I'd say, oh, it's been well over half a year now. But I didn't know credit scores went down to 300. I mean, call me naive. You see, at 57, we're always learning about money. I mean, I don't know everything about it. I knew credit scores got down to the 500s. People, if you have a credit score in the 300s, you can't afford a car. You need to look at public transportation. And I know people go, but that's not convenient. I have kids, whatever. I don't have kids, but someone hypothetically says, I have kids, I can't afford it. There are no easy answers as to how to solve your money problem when your back's against a wall and you can't afford to have a car, but yet you can't afford to be without a car. There are no easy answers. And speaking of no easy answers, also I'm going to be doing a bunch of videos coming up on payday loans. Okay, people who take out advances for payday loans and they can't pay it back. Both the car industry and the payday loan industry, they're both industries that are very, very susceptible to loan sharking behavior, even more so than the mortgage industry. And the reason being is that the mortgage industry, think of all the checks and balances a mortgage industry has before you get into that house. And it's not saying that you can't buy too much house. Clearly you can, and clearly people have and continue to do so. But in general, dollar for dollar, when you buy a piece of property, you've got a bunch of people with vested interest in that property because it is worth significantly more than a car. All right. So you've got your banker, you've got your realtor, you've got, of course, the mortgage lending company. I mean, all the way down to Uncle Sam, and they're trying to figure out, your city state taxes on it. A lot more checks and balances on big property. Okay. But when you get into when you get into cars, buying a car, yeah, you got the one bank, but that's pretty much it. When you're talking payday loans, it's just you and the payday loan company. So I'm going to be doing a bunch of videos on payday loans on this channel. So I hope you'll join me in watching those. Oh, and this is the last one. Oh, and she says on here, I think this one's just music. I forgot. I took out the sound because of the copyright music issue. So we've got a young lady here. She's sitting on the porch. She's looking kind of sad. All right, her hand is resting on her cheek, and she says, "Watching the car I bought get repossessed because I can't afford it no more." It should say anymore, but I get it. So she's sitting here watching the car get repossessed. Oh, and there's the repo truck backing up into the driveway. I was sitting on the stairs in my apartment when I was 32, listening to the repo guy take my Nissan Maxima. It's a real humbling moment. It's a very humbling experience. And, I cried a little bit, but I'll be honest, because it was my second bankruptcy, because the first one was due to credit cards 10 years earlier. Because it was my second bankruptcy, it's almost like when you've lived your life in so much debt and turmoil, sometimes there are just like no more tears left to cry. Hope that makes sense. But I remember crying, but it was more, I was just exhausted. And 10 years earlier, I had gone bankrupt on credit cards because I didn't know how to use that. And now I was going bankrupt on a car. And I'd had experienced 2 job layoffs at the same time, even though the credit card bankruptcy was about $25,000. Okay, remember, I'm 57 now. You got to push this back into my 20s and 30s, and then the car bankruptcy was about $16,000. And you get to a point where you're just tired sometimes, and there are no more tears left because you've been in the debt cycle for so long. Yes, it is that long moment of reflection. All right, folks. That is it for tonight's TikTok. I'm Carrie. This is Consumer Debt Chit Chat. And again, thank you to all you new subscribers, and of course what I call the first 1,000, and you all know who you are, okay? And also a special shout out to my dear friend Jamie. My thoughts are with you in this time, okay? Tomorrow we will be live streaming. I live stream on Thursdays as much as possible at 6:15, probably push it to 6 o'clock because there's no school tomorrow. So I will be live streaming just about 6 o'clock. I try to do it on Thursdays. It is To the Dave Ramsey Show, all right, which of course talks about debt and stuff. I certainly hope you will consider joining us. I would love to have you with me. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, folks, my time is up. And so is yours. Good night, everyone.